I think I'm live. Welcome, everybody. Just ran out to the barn and got my other pole barn. Not a barn with cows in it and stuff. In case anybody's wondering. I ran out to the pole barn because that's where I have my other computers. I got a better mouse. It's actually just a newer one. It's cheap, but it's I had it with my other laptop, so I should be able to scroll way better tonight. So yeah, it's working great. My other mouse was completely shot. And I remembered my other laptop has a mouse. Just like a cheap Walmart one, but it's brand new and it scrolls perfectly. So it's almost like a luxury to have a mouse that works, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I just ran out there and got it, and yeah, this is gonna work good. So, and it was the other one. It wasn't really working at all. Anyway, so welcome. We're going to. Oh, by the way, it is Tuesday, July 18th, 2023, and it is now 9:46 p.m. Been putting things together, and I'm ready to go. We're going to go over Egyptian symbols. This is going to be part one tonight because there are a few of them to go over. We're going to go over 29 of them. Today's Tuesday, so it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Well, I'm playing that by ear. Don't quote me on that. It's definitely not going to be done tonight. I don't even think it'll be done tomorrow. So there'll definitely be a part two, maybe part three. Probably a part three. I don't know. We'll see. Doesn't really matter. But we're not going to get through all of them tonight. But they are very interesting, ancient Egyptian symbols that you see all the time. As a matter of fact, it's so weird because I saw an eye clinic one time that had the Eye of Horus on it, and I thought, I wonder if they know what it is. And oh yeah, I looked it up, and yep, they were. Anyway, yeah, they knew what it was. So yeah, it was an eye clinic, and you know where it was? It was in Falcon Heights, Minnesota, which I used to work. Well, actually, I've worked a few times in Roseville, which is right in the belly of. Falcon Heights is right in the belly of Roseville, so I know Falcon Heights very well. I had to drive through it every time I went to Roseville. I had a couple jobs in Roseville, ongoing ones. Worked at urgent care in Roseville too, which was on the edge of Falcon Heights. So I know Falcon Heights very well, and that's where they had that Facebook. Remember, it was televised on Facebook. A girl. So it was one of those deals with the black people in the car, and the white cop shot him, and then there was riots and all that. And this was in Falcon Heights, Minnesota. And anyway, it was live on Facebook, and the girl was saying, "Why did you shoot him?" Anyway, her boyfriend got shot, and it just seemed so weird, kind of staged. I don't really know what. One of the lady that is working every Wednesday for, I was suspicious about everything. I said, "Well, how do you know it's real?" She said, "I know it's real because I was coming home and the police was waving us off of Larpenteur there, and we had to go to the back. We had to go the side streets off of Larpenteur." And I said, "Right, but so you saw police waving you off of Larpenteur?" And anyway, so she was, and that was probably 4 or 5 blocks from her house. And that was just really weird how it was like right there. But anyway, that's right when I went to her house, right there at Falcon Heights, right on the border of Roseville. When every Wednesday I went past the eye clinic with the Eye of Horus. And I always just thought, oh, it's a fancy eyeball for it's a fancy eyeball for the eye clinic. But actually no. It's not, it was the Eye of Horus, which we're gonna find out tonight what the Eye of Horus means. Well, I don't know either tonight. We're gonna go through, I'm not even sure, maybe about 6, 8, 10 of them. I'm not sure. But in this group of Egyptian symbols, we will go through the Eye of Horus. I'm going to look up that eye clinic place because I used to drive right by it. I mean, you think, well, of course they're going to have an eyeball on it. Here it is, right here. Yeah, here it is. I'll show you. This is, I used to drive by here all the time on it. It's called, it's called Awad. Let's see, A-W-A-D, or Awad? Awad, 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 or Awad. It's so weird how they get it scrambled. I'm going to show you real quick. They got it scrambled, which is weird. Are they, maybe, are they LASIK surgery? I'm not sure. Maybe they do LASIK. But anyway, it's an eye clinic. And they use the Eye of Horus, which I'll show you. I thought it was kind of funny. I used to drive by this place all the time. Awad. You know what? And for years, I just thought it was a fancy eyeball for a eye clinic. I thought, oh, that's kind of like Prince's guitar. Yeah, it is like Prince's guitar. and little did I know it was the Eye of Horus. I never knew that. I did not know that. I learned that about 6 years ago. No, I learned it in 2016. When was that? 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3. Well, 7 years ago. That's close. Let's see. Oh, here. Prince's guitar. Let's do Prince. Well, Prince, that was his symbol, right? Prince's, yeah, the Prince symbol, because that's what his guitar is. And that's also, I think, fashioned after the Eye of Horus. Oh, no, that's not, yeah, not that. Okay, let's look at his guitar. I actually have, oh, shit. Some people say he did not die, and that he's playing the part of his sister now. What a world. So anyway, at one time he changed his name, and then this was his. He didn't have a name anymore. It was just a symbol. But anyway, let's just look at Prince's Prince guitar. Oops. Oops. What the heck just happened? There it is. Oh, Prince guitar for sale. That is the Eye of Horus, so you'll see. Oh, that's not his. Oh, here. Huh. Looks like it's in a coffin. Then. What's a Prince guitar worth? So Prince's guitar, I doubt they're selling his. So there's his. Look at that. Or it's a style, I guess. Schecter. That's weird. Huh. They had a Keith Richards guitar for $7 million. Here he is. That's the Eye of Horus guitar. The Eye of Horus. It's so weird because he's from Minneapolis or whatever, and Minneapolis makes a big deal out of Prince. They had on the purple really quickly, like the next day or something. There's the Eye of Horus or whatever. It's the Eye of Horus, obviously. But yeah, like the next day they had everything, well, they had the 35E bridge that collapsed and the rebuilt one lit up in purple like right away the next day, which was weird. And then they had Prince hologram, I think, singing with Justin Timberlake or something like that. In the it's just weird. It seems like they had a lot of stuff ready to go. And then they also had remember that Prince hologram was singing with Justin Timberlake? I think it was at a Super Bowl. I can't remember. Anyway, they also had a lot of stuff during that outside the stadium that was like ready to go in purple. Just weird how they just like there's another Eye of Horus right there. But yeah, it's just weird how they had well, hi D, how you doing tonight? Thanks for staying up late. I tried to get on early. I can't try to get on at I had to get on at 9:20, but it took kind of a while to load things up. Good to see you. How I hope the weather's breaking and being cool now for you. I know you were in a heat wave. I heard Texas is in the heat wave too. Anyway, I hope you're staying cool and all is well. I just showing that we're going to go over some symbols tonight. And I was showing how Prince's guitar is the Eye of Horus there. See that? The Prince guitar. Anyway, I hope you and your family are all doing well. All right, yep, I got it. Here you go. So I got ancient Egyptian symbols. So we're gonna have probably 2 or 3 parter at least. There's a lot to go over. I thought I accidentally lost this, but I didn't. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna bookmark it right now so I don't lose it. Because we're gonna go over this list for the next few nights. I think it's very interesting because I think it's interesting because you'll see these symbols all over today. Just like the Roman symbols, just like the Olympian god symbols. Still hot, but not as hot after the mouth. Oh, good. You're getting a break, huh? Actually, we opposite. We got been cool and we're gonna get up in the 80s again, which is fine. 80s ain't bad, huh? So cooling down for you would probably be in the 80s, huh? After being that hot. I heard Texas is still hot. But is Texas always hot in the summer? I don't know. I heard they were really hot. Somebody was complaining how they had dying of heat. And there's some apartment buildings that and I can't remember where it was, Texas or Arizona, I can't remember where the people were, New Mexico, I can't remember, but they had no a whole apartment building, a lot of them don't have apartment buildings don't have air conditioning. So hopefully they all have good fans because that's better than nothing. 80s would be good. Yeah, that's something. For you, it's a big break. For us, it's like, it's going to be in the 80s. But yeah, for you, it's like, that would probably be a break, huh? It'd probably be quite the cool down to be in the 80s. Anyway, I like that, though, when there's an extreme like that. Just like when we're really cold, when it's like 20 below or 10 below zero, anything below zero. Then when it gets like 20 or 25, it seems warm. Everything's kind of relative. I think it was 102 or 103 today. Wow, that's crazy hot. You could fry an egg on the sidewalk, huh? Yeah, that's crazy hot. I don't know how people work outside, especially like roofers and stuff. I think they're out at like sunrise, you know what I mean? I remember when they did my roof at my last house, they were up at the crack of dawn. I remember they were pounding. My dogs were barking. Spencer and Sprout were just barking. They did not like that. Pounding on our roof at like sunrise. They say want to get before it got too hot. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know how people work out. So I did. I've had to move somebody. I remember, and I didn't even. These people got a lot of money, and they didn't even tip us. But anyway, everybody was advised to stay inside. It was 100 and something, and a lot of humidity. Everybody was warned to stay outside. Don't even get the mail. And me and this other guy who's passed away now, he got hit by a car. He was on his bicycle and got hit by a car, so he died. But me and that guy, man, we worked our butts off. Our shirts were soaking wet. We moved these people, and that, everybody else was told to stay inside. We were moving these people. They asked if they could buy us pizza, and we said, "Oh heck no, we're ready to die." We should have got the pizza for the way home, though. Now I think about it. Anyway, in fact, we had to wait to get paid part of it till after they sold the house. They got a lot of money for the house. They put it on the market, and immediately somebody paid a lot more for it because it's this old neighborhood where he grew up in, and he wanted that house. It was kind of weird. Anyway, did I get a tip? Nope. Did the other guy? Nope. God rest his soul. Yeah, that dude was on a bicycle. And anyway, I got hit on Shepherd Road. So anyway. So early in the day is nice, but not so much after 10 or 11. Yep. Yeah, once that high noon sun starts beating down, even by 10, 11, it's, if it's muggy too. I don't know if you guys got humidity, but we can get really high humidity. No, it's not been bad. It's hardly ever humid. Not really. Man, it's just been really nice here. My phone is saying it's 92 degrees right now. Oh, and it's already dark out and it's 92. Is it dark out there, D? It's been dark here like an hour. But that's pretty hot for 10 o'clock at night, isn't it? When you go outside, it feels like you're going into an oven. A big blast of hot air. Sometimes I like that. If you have a nice, cool apartment to go back into or house. I lived in an apartment once. That's where I met Dave. And the air conditioner was so old, it didn't work at all. Ran constantly. I swear it was blowing hot air. I don't even know. If I would hang a blanket and try to keep it just in one room, and it just was sucked. Not keep it cold. Yeah, same time zone. Yeah, it is 10 p.m. Yep. I tried to get on earlier. I just got done making more homemade jam. Raspberry, strawberry. It is to die for. It's delicious. So I took a, ice cream cone, the cone. I have a stack, of cones for ice cream. But I took the cone and I lined it with peanut butter inside. And then I took that homemade jam that we had left over because I canned a bunch, and there was a little bit left over. And I took big spoonfuls and dropped it in the bottom of the ice cream cones, and each doggy got one. Oh, did they like that? It was so sweet. Oh man, D, I wish I should try to mail you a jar of it. It is so good. I have never tasted nothing of it. I've tried every most expensive jams there is. There's nothing like it. I should try to mail you a jar of it, D. It is delicious. It is so raspberry explosion with sweetness, and it just can't even describe it. Whoever has it just can't even believe how good it is. You can't even buy nothing like it. Right out of the bushes, D. I picked them this morning and picked them yesterday. So within 24 hours, they're sometimes within an hour, they're in the pot, washed up and smashed and all that. It is so good. I should mail you a jar. You won't even believe it. Yeah, it's good. Really addicting, really good. Really good. That's why I'm out in them bushes, man, getting scratched. Man, my legs are all scratched up, chewed up by mosquitoes. Ugh. Gotta go right at like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning when they're hopefully not out till the early afternoon. But yeah, it was really good. Anyway, so yeah, tonight we're going to start the list of ancient. We're kind of wrapping up these Egyptian gods. I got two more things I wanted to do. The Egyptian symbols, and then one more thing tomorrow. And then we're going to be, I'm not tomorrow. The next couple days we're going to be doing this, and then there might be one more thing, but we might already cover that. So we might cover that during this. So anyway, so this week we will wrap up the Egyptian god series we've been doing. Got off track a little bit with that protest thing. You got me less like crazy. Anyway, but yeah. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. Yes, let me see which ones we're gonna start with. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we're gonna go over the Eye of Horus tonight. That's what what we showed of Prince's guitar and that Prince's guitar and also that eye clinic that I used to go by. Yeah, it's kind of because these are symbols that we see all the time, just like those Roman symbols that we see from the Roman gods, and just like the Olympian gods, the symbols we see for that. Well, these ancient Roman symbols we see all the time too. And this, by the way, here I'm going to turn this on so you can see it. Can we turn it on? All right. Oh, a second. Yes. So let's see if I can do that. And we turn it on. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So this is from Cleopatra. Welcome to Cleopatra. What's her name? Cleopatra Egypt Tours. Your dreams will come true. Oh, speaking of Egypt, did I tell you guys? Yeah, I think I, well, anyway, speaking of Egypt, okay, so, I think I said this before, but anyway, in case anybody didn't hear it. So, Neil, I think I said this not that long ago, but we're speaking of Egypt, right? So, Neil from Gnostic Informant and Derek and his wife from Myth Vision went to Israel. And then, of course, when they're in Israel, they went over to Egypt, right? And they stayed in so they had reservations for an Egyptian hotel. So Derek and his wife went in one room, and I don't even know if Derek was with, because Neil was telling the story. But anyway, so Neil, who is single man, he's single. He was traveling along with some girl that I didn't know. But anyway, so he said him and the girl, him and the woman. Oh, I got a doggone fly got in here. I had the door wide open. So the girl, and him went to the hotel and went to check in. So it was him and the girl, and then another married couple. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was Derek and his wife. I don't know who they were with, but anyway, he was going to share a room with this girl. I don't know who the girl was, but anyway, when they got to the desk, the man wanted to see their marriage certificate. And he said, we're not married. And he said, then you're not staying in that room together. They had reserved it and everything. So yeah, don't go to Egypt plan on staying in a room unless you can prove you're married. That's how strict they were. That was weird. That was weird. I didn't know. Yeah, he said, yeah. When they went to the hotel, he said, you're not staying in that room unless I see a marriage certificate or something like that. That's weird. I don't know of any other country that would do that. You know? So I don't know if he had to rent another room if they went somewhere else. I can't remember. I think they'd rent a second room or something. No room for you. All right. So we are going to go start on this list here. We just want to thank our Father and Creator for this wonderful day and all you provide. All right. So ancient Egyptian symbols. So we'll go through a few of these. Muslim pop, maybe, huh? Yeah, I think he said what it was, but I don't remember. So you'd have to like look up who's running Egypt. I think it was like probably right over the border. Who knows? Can't remember where it was. But anyway, he did make a lot of videos when they came back, and that was one of the stories that he told. I think, wow, who would see that coming, huh? You want to see a marriage certificate? You're not staying together in that room without a marriage certificate. Anyway, wow. I mean, imagine how many people are like, what? Anyway, there's a lot of people have been together for a long time and not married with a certificate, you know what I mean? To me, if you're together, you know, committed together, to me, that's marriage, I mean. But not for everybody. Apparently, they want a certificate too. A lot of people do. I used to think you need a marriage certificate, but I don't think that anymore. Not at all. All right, ancient Egyptian symbols. You know what, D? I think they are very strict. I think, well, I know some of the rules are very strict, so maybe that's, I don't know who runs Egypt. I don't know a lot about it. But tonight we're going to learn about some of the symbols. And there's 29 that we're going to be going through. I don't know how many we're going to get through each night. Tonight's Tuesday. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's 3 nights. I don't know. Friday. I don't know. I don't think it'll be till Friday. But we'll see. We'll see. So tonight we're going to start with the Ankh. We all know that was the. Oh, how do you pronounce that? D-G-E-D. And then the Eye of Horus, that we're going to see that. That's what we're talking about. Eye of Ra, it's kind of the same. And was. Isn't that weird? The word was is actually got. And the scarab beetle. And I heard that's what the Beatles were named after. Remember the Ed Sullivan show? The Beatles. Yeah, that's the scarab beetles. That's what they're supposedly named after, the Beatles. Anyway. And so on and so forth. Cartucci? I don't know what that. And the Lord. Oh, this is going to be interesting, you guys, because I kind of, so these are the ones that we're going to be going over this week, okay? And I did do a sneak peek. So anyway, the Lotus, that's going to be interesting. You know, Camilla, or no, what's the vice president's name? Whatever her name is, means lotus. And Urias, Ba, canopic jars. That's funny. Winged sun. Ouroboros. Oh, that's really, that's a snake eating its tail. We'll talk about that too. I got a lot to say about that. Amenta. Oh, that looks like dementia, doesn't it? Tiet, father of Mat. I have to learn how to pronounce these too. Crook and flail. These are symbols, you guys. Symbols of, well, we'll see what they're of. Crook and flail. Deshret crown, Hedjik crown, Shent crown, the Tree of Light. This one's really interesting. I think the Kabbalah is all about that. Seba, Ajet, Manat, Sistrum, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing these right. Nemes, that's maybe where we get arch nemesis from. I don't know. Oh, and this will be interesting too. The obelisk, obelisk, and the Shen ring. And here are the symbols that. Well, this is only 20 symbols. I think there's 20 here, but we're gonna go through 29. I'm not sure how many I just read off, but here's the Eye of Horus, Lotus, the winged beetle. I forgot there's something about the sun. Here's the Ankh. That looks like the DNA, doesn't it? How do we know what the DNA looks like? We got to take the word for it, don't we? Anyway, here's the DNA. That looks like some type of, I don't know, something has to do with the cross. And here's the jar. The snake with, I don't know, 2 tips. Here's a snake. Well, I don't know if that's a Ouroboros. Anyway, all these other things. The scarab beetle. That one's weird with the 2 arms. And so on and so forth. Anyway, so that's ones that we're going to be going over this week. For the rest of the week, ancient Egyptian symbols. So, all right. So we'll get started. It's so funny. There's a thing down here. We ready to go. If you need help, can I help you? Look. How can I help you? It's ready to do a phone call. And over here it says, let's chat. We're live. Let's chat. We're live. Like, whoa, there's 2. You could call them about the Egyptian symbol. Oh, no, I know what it is. It's for the tours. You're going to get hooked up with the trip to Egypt if you hit that one or that one. They want to know if you're ready to travel. You got your passport ready? Got one of those anywhere license or what it's called? Anyway, all right. Universal passports or what it is, I don't know. They asked me if I wanted that. Now, I've been up here. This is the second driver's license I got since I've been up here. So, second time they asked me if I wanted that. I don't really I don't plan on traveling outside the United States. No way. What for? I love being home. Even going to the store, I just want to go back home. I love being home. I'm a homebody. So no, I really don't want a passport. Although I did read one time that like you won't be able to get to in a federal building like a courthouse or something without one or something, whatever. Yeah, right. If you had court, anyway. They're doing a lot of virtual courts now. A lot of people are like doing courts on a telephone call. I know 2 people that did that. Anyway, what a world, huh? All right. No, we don't want no tours to Egypt. Now, I can't hit the wrong button, you guys. We're all going to Egypt. Ready or not. All right. So should we start? What you doing over there? All right. All right, so this symbol. So before we start, we're going to just read the beginning here. How close I can get it, I don't know. Probably can't see it anyway, but it says pharaonic symbols were numerous in the life of ancient Egyptians and varied in their symbols, rituals, and use. Also, the Egyptian creativity in the manufacture and symbol and reliance on them clearly in various aspects of his life and areas were social, religious, cultural, or recreational, and because these symbols have important meanings of the history of the pharaohs had to be addressed. The symbols for Egypt usually relate to religion and daily life, death and love, power and weakness. This symbols such as the key of life, Ankh, and lotus flower, and soul, and spirit, the Ka and Ba. Yeah, you'd rather stay in the U.S. too? Yep, me too. Yeah, I've got no desire to leave the country. And, most places are tourist traps. A lot of them lie about stuff. Wow, that's real gold, I can tell. I deal in a lot of gold, and that is gold. It's got that look, that's for sure. All right, so we're going to start with Ankh. That's a big one. Yeah, I've always been a homebody, man. I like being at home. Whenever I worked, I just wanted to go straight home. Rare I ever go on vacation. Whenever I leave, I just want to go back home. Like I said, we went to the store today. I just want to get back home. Me and the doggies went into town. I had to get some more Sure Gel from my jam that I was making. I should have stocked up at Walmart, man, where it's cheaper. It's like $5 a box out here in this little town. Anyway, me and the doggies went for a fun little ride into town. They love it. They love the rides, man. We all love the rides. Okay. All right. Wait. Wait a second. What's this called? Ankh. Oops. Where are we at here? Lost my place. Lost my doggone. Where? Uh-oh. There it is. Ankh. I didn't know how to spell it. Ankh. That's a weird word. Alright, we're going to hear how to pronounce it. Pronounce Ankh. Oh, wait. You know what? I'm going to mute my thing here on a second. Alright, I got to learn how to pronounce Ankh. Oh, that ain't it. Why is it saying that? It's spelling it wrong. Oh, here. Wait a second. I'm going to unmute. Sounds like Ankh. So it sounds like Aangk. Ankh. Let's see if we can hear.
Ankh. Ankh. Ankh.
Ankh. All right. The Ankh. Let me move this over so we can see hopefully better. If we can or not. I also want to just say a prayer for my sister Chris. She lost her friend today, so we pray for her broken heart, for her friend, and we pray for healing for her. Glory to the Creator. All right. Oh, here. I thought I turned the camera on, no? All right. Thought I had it on. Okay. All right, so this is the Ankh. Ankh. Aangk it's pronounced, but it's spelled the Ankh. Ankh. Everybody has seen this. Sometimes people think it's like a fancy cross. That's what I used to think. I'd see people wearing this on a necklace. I'd think it was like a fancy cross. No, actually. And actually, remember, excuse me, my throat is dry. Remember, we just went through all them Egyptian gods, and almost every single Egyptian god was carrying the Ankh, remember? Almost every Egyptian god had this in their hand. Remember, because most of them Egyptian gods have a profile picture, and you can always see them carrying the Ankh. We've seen that a lot. Okay, so the Ankh. Let's see what the Ankh is for. We see this one's very common. I forgot I got a better mouse. I used to have to. Anyway, I forgot I got the luxury of a better mouse. I went out my other laptop and grabbed it. All right. So the Ankh, A-A-N-G-K, it's pronounced, but it's spelled A-N-K-H. The Ankh is the most well-known symbol to come out of ancient Egypt. The general meaning of the symbol in its hieroglyphic system of writing, the Ankh represents the concept of eternal life. That's why the Egyptian gods probably all hanging on to it, huh? The Ankh, or the key of life, the Ankh frequently appears in Egyptian tomb paintings and other art. It is known as the Key of the Nile, as the union between Osiris and Isis. The Ankh was associated with the cult of Isis, was also the Ankh depicted as cross with a handle that represented eternal life. You can read the full article below. You know what? I'm going to put the link to this in the chat right now. I should probably do that. Copy and paste. Here's the link to this site that we're going to be on all week. So here is a link to that. There it goes. All right, so that is a link to that. So what Cleopatra Tours? Yep, that's what we're at. Did they say 26? 20, I counted 29. What do I know? All right. So that's eternal life, is the cross with Hannah. Pretty much eternal life. That's when we saw them ancient Egyptian gods hanging on to in their hand. Next, we have the DGED. I don't know how to pronounce it. They don't have any of the pronunciations on here. So, close your eyes. Let's see. Can we change the word on here? Yeah, we. DGED, yeah, it was. Okay. Didn't sound right, I guess. This one I'm not familiar with, so let's pronounce. Let's see how it's pronounced. DJ'd. Oh, like a DJ. You got DJ'd, man. All right, let's see. Come on.
DJ'd.
All right. I thought it'd be Jed or Jed. No, DJ'd. Like, a DJ that, the record announcer, whatever you want to call him. Disc jockey, that's what they'd call him, a disc jockey when they used to play records. DJ, but the D on it. DJ. That's the god that we're going to do next. Or not the god, the symbol.
DJ'd.
All right. All right. That's a weird symbol. Yeah, it looks like a pagoda, doesn't it? That's a weird symbol. I don't think I've ever seen that one. It does look like a pagoda, though, but that's weird. Never seen that one. Okay, the DJ'd is an ancient Egyptian symbol for stability, known as the backbone of Osiris. This symbol was Osirian in nature and was primarily associated with themes of rebirth and regeneration. Wow, the spine of Osiris. That's weird. Because I mean, you got something going here. Here's the vertebrates. You know, I don't know, but I don't know what that would be. But anyway, it's the backbone of Osiris. Backbone of Osiris, and rebirth and regeneration. Kind of weird. I don't know if I've ever seen that one before. Number 3 is the Eye of Horus, the Wadjet Eye. Let me see. A second. Oh, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce that. Wadjet. Wadjet? The Wadjet Eye. I never knew that. The Eye of Horus is called the Wadjet Eye. Or, I'm sorry, Wadjet. Totally had it way off.
Wadjet,
Oh, Wadjet.
Wadjet,
Oh, sure, real quick. So, W. Wadjet. Alright. So, the Wadjet Eye. That's actually, I didn't know that. Never knew that. The Eye of Horus is called the Wadjet Eye. And we've all seen this. Like I said, it's Prince's guitar is the eye clinic thing I saw. All right, next. Oh, there's a little mosquito in here. The Eye of Horus, also known as the Eye of Ra, was known in ancient Egypt as a slogan to protect against envy. This is weird because this is what Prince's guitar was. This ancient Egyptian is known in ancient Egypt as a slogan to protect against envy, disease, harmful animals, and evil spirits, and also good health. Protect against good health? That doesn't sound right. It's to protect against envy, disease, harmful animals, evil spirits, and also good health. And royal power. It's the most famous of the ancient Egyptian symbols in the Eye of Horus. Also represents sacrificial and curative qualities. The, the ancient Egyptians mastered the industry as it was made of gold and includes the form of the god Ra, but that's Ra. The necklace was placed for Pharaoh's mummy, thinking that it might protect him in the tomb. Horus's eye was used as a magic spell for the first time when Horus hired her to restore life to his father Osiris, then spread widely and became very popular in ancient Egypt. And you can read more about the Eye of Horus here, because I just put up the link. Now remember, it says just like the Eye of Ra. Well, here's the Eye of Ra. There are different myths about the origin of the Eye of Ra symbol. However, most experts believe the symbol was actually the right eye of Horus and became known as the Eye of Ra in ancient times. Two symbols mostly represent the same concepts. That said, according to different myths, the Eye of Ra symbol was identified as a personification of many goddesses in Egyptian mythology, which is Wadjet, Hathor, Mut. We went through these, remember? Sekhmet and Bastet. Ra, or also known as Re, is the sun god in the Egyptian mythology. Therefore, the Eye of Ra symbolizes the sun. That's a biggie. Now this one I think is funny. Looks like a little kid's drawing of a dog or something. The was symbol. Was. It's so weird because everybody used the word was. This is the was symbol. Isn't that weird? Sounds like watch it. Yeah. Yeah, it was weird looking. This one's weird looking. I think that spine thing was weird looking, but this is weird looking. Doesn't it look like a little kid that's trying to draw a dog or something? Anyway, this one's kind of strange. So this one is the was symbol. Was. Weird. The was scepter was one of the most important Egyptian symbols. Was scepter was the symbol of power in ancient Egyptian culture, also represented the dominion of gods, and according to what the ancient Egyptians believe, it also ensured the continuance of a king's prosperity. The was scepter was a straight shaft, a crooked handle. So a straight shaft, a crooked handle in the shape of an animal head, and a forked base that crooked off of the top of the staff mirrors the strange animal shape of Set's own head. Oh, the god Set. Remember Set? Weird, huh? Like I said, it needs some arms. That's weird because that used to be one of the most important Egyptian symbols. That dog thing. Now this is funny. Like I said, this is what I heard years ago, decades ago, that this is what the Beatles were named after, the scarab beetle. The Beatles. And this is the winged beetle. The scarab beetle. The Egyptian scarab beetle was a symbol of death, rebirth, great power, guide and protect the afterlife. The scarab beetle was one of the most important and popular amulets for hundreds of years, worn by everyone living and the dead. Wow, everybody wore that. Living and the dead. Wear the beetle with the wings. Its popularity even reached beyond the borders of Egypt to the east, where there are many types of scarabs, such as scarab seal, heart scarabs, winged scarabs, wedding scarabs, scarabs with spells, scarabs with good wishes, and scarabs decorated with figures of animals and gods. And the beetles. It does need that. Yeah, that little dog-shaped thing. And next, this looks like a bottle of expensive liquor. Anyway. 7 Egyptian symbols. Cartouche? Cartouche, anybody? Cartouche? Cartouche? A second. A second. I have to go to the... We're going to have to go to the pronunciation station over here. Oh, yeah, that rhymes. Pronunciation station. Let's go over to the pronunciation station. I forgot what word we're on. Cartouche, that's right. Like touch, but with an E, like touche. Like car, touch. Car, touch, E. Cartouche. Cartouche.
Cartouche.
Cartouche. Cartouche here. Like cartoon, but with a sh.
Cartouche.
And look, even if you want to see how the mouse should move, here's how your mouse should move.
Cartouche.
Cartouche. Yeah, just like cartoon, except cartouche. All right, cartouche. Egyptian symbol cartouche. Like I said, it looks like it's very expensive liquor. All right, but it's not. It's this thing. You guys see it? It's gold. Looks like it's gold. Sure it is. Looks like it's very pure gold, actually. Cartouche. Sounds French. I'm just kidding. A cartouche is an ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic nameplate. The cartouche has an obvious link and symbolism to the sun The cartouche symbolizes, see the sun stuff? The cartouche symbolizes a protection against evil spirits, both in this life and in the afterlife. The symbol, which had the shape of a circle originally, the symbol, which had the shape of a circle originally, also shaped like an oval with a horizontal bar, was sometimes used as a cartouche. This kind of use aimed to represent divine protection. Also, the cartouche closely linked in appearance to the Ouroboros serpent biting its own tail. Ah, yeah, that right there. See, you got all kinds of stuff going on. Cartouche, never forget cartouche, huh? We'll never forget cartouche. All right. Oh, this one's interesting. I'm going to try to get to 10 tonight. We're going to do 10, 10, and 9, or whatever it ends up. Number 8 is the lotus symbol in ancient Egypt. Now, like I said, you see this a lot, man. They had it in iPad Goat 2, or whatever it was. Now, so like I said, the vice president, Camilla, or Gammy, or whatever her name is, her name means lotus. Lotus comes up a lot. So the lotus symbol in ancient Egypt means the lotus represents rebirth in ancient Egypt. There were two main types of the lotus, the white and the blue. Also, the lotus flower was used as a symbol for the unification of the two Egyptian kingdoms. Lotus was included in the manufacture of perfumes in ancient Egypt. Wow, they must smell good, huh? Where the flowers were soaked in an inverted form in a fatty substance to obtain the desired fragrance. Wow, that's a good idea. And the lotus flower has an analgesic, colored antispasmodic, and has a strange ability to heal infections. That's really interesting, you guys. You know, I've never heard that, but certain plants can heal. And so what they're saying is they take like a fatty, like a, what would you call it, an ointment. You take a mix up an ointment. Hi, Omar. Good to see you. Happy after your birthday day. So they would make up like an ointment, you know what I mean? And then take this lotus and tip the lotus upside down. They would invert it. So you tip the lotus upside down, put it on that ointment stuff, and it would not only turn into a wonderful smelling perfume, but it would, you'd also had an analgesic, which is a pain reliever, an antispasmodic. So it's like a muscle relaxer is what it is, a muscle relaxer. And a strange ability to heal infections. Look at that, you guys. Anyway, good to see you tonight, Omar. Hope you've had a wonderful day. Number 9 is the Uraeus symbol. Uh-oh, we lost the symbol. Here's the Uraeus symbol. What happened to the Uraeus symbol? We're on number 9. We're going to 10. Uh-oh, we got to get it. Hold on a second. Uraeus. Hold on a second. All right, so. Stupid thing. Uraeus, okay. I'm going to have to refresh this page because there's no picture. All right, let me see if cartouche. Right, how's that thing spelled? There, E-S. I forgot how that thing got spelled. I'm refreshing it. U-R-A-E-U-S. E-U-S. U-R-A-E. I had one letter off. They had no idea what I was talking about. One letter off. E-U-S. That's weird. Here's a new way. Here's a new thing. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They gave me a YouTube video how to say it. Oh, you gotta be kidding. That's annoying. Alright. Ura ES. Pronounce Ura ES. Shit, they're not giving me. Nah, try this one. Hopefully I don't have to have a commercial here. This is weird. My pronunciation thing won't work with this word. Isn't that weird? Alright. It's giving me a. I think it's Ura ES. Ura ES. Buenos dias. No, just kidding. It's Ura's. We'll see. We'll find out. It's not giving me the symbol. What the heck?
Use.
Oh, I was way off.
Use.
Wait, hold on. What did I say? Wait a second. I think it's going off by itself. All right, there it is.
Use. 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 Use.
Okay, we got it. Now it's really weird because I'm going to show you. It's not bringing me up the symbol, which is really weird. See how each one has a symbol, symbol. When you get to air use, there's no symbol. And then we're going to do number 10. That's the one with the two arms with no head. The ka. It's weird because there's the ka and the ba. The ka and the ba. That's probably because ka. Like an eagle over there. We got to find the Urias symbol because for some reason it's not coming up. It does that thing. It's got that little thing like it wants to show me. It's just being shy. Uh-oh. It's happened. Hi-oh. Come back. All right, sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. 1 second. There we go. All right, Urias symbol. We're going to have to look it up somewhere else. Urias. Oh, I just lost it. Yes. Symbol. What's it called? U-R-E-A-U-S. All right. U-R-E-A-U-S. E-A-U-S. Oh my goodness. How hard is it? U-R-E-A-U-S. Doesn't want to show me this thing. That's kind of weird. All right. Okay, it's called it's a roaring cobra. That is weird. So here's the one that they're not trying. They don't want to show me, I guess. Oops, can't you see it? There you go. Here's a little trinket you could buy or whatever. But actually, here's the symbol. It's a rearing cobra. It's like if you bought a little gem or whatever. So it's a rearing cobra symbol. The Urias is a name given to the symbol of an upright or rearing cobra used in ancient Egypt to denote royalty and divine authority. The pharaohs, dynasty kings, and queens of Egypt wore the Urias symbol as a head ornament as part of their crown. That's it. See the cobra? Remember, the royalty would have the cobra on their head. That's the symbol of the rearing up cobra. Really like that one. Like when the cobra fans its little fan thing out of his neck. Anyway, that's the one that they weren't showing me. Anyway, so that is a rearing cobra, okay? So the Arius symbol. Arius, the Greek word is an important symbol associated with the gods, goddesses, and pharaohs in ancient Egypt. Discovered the history, mythology, and beliefs surrounding the Arius, the rearing cobra symbol of ancient Egypt. The cobra represents the goddess Wadjet. Was that his name? Wadjet? I forgot already how to pronounce it. Wadjet. Very ancient goddess who is associated with royalty. The Urius symbol was a fetish, an object that was believed to embody magical powers and offer magical protection according to legend. The cobra was given to the pharaohs as a sign of kingship by the god Geb. Remember Geb? We went over Geb. Now, number 10, the last one for tonight, is the Ka symbol. And after this, not to be outdone by the Ba symbol. They always have the Ka and the Ba. So now here's the Ka symbol. It's kind of weird. It's like two arms, you know, like their hands like this. Pinchers. The Ka symbol. It represents the process of reception of life. It also represented the life force or a spiritual power that lived within the body of a person and survived death. Ka, consort, or the ghost, a material spirit born with man, has been made. The light material is not seen. Such air and be in the form of its owner, any image exactly identical to him. The consort of the child was a child, and the old man of the old man. After his death, Ka joined body until Bod returned. We got to do Bod after this. Missing the neck and head, yeah. And the rest of his body. So it's like a spirit. And so the spirit, if you have a spirit of a child, you'll be the shape of a child. The spirit of an old man, you'll be the shape of an old man. It's a ghost, okay? Ka is the ghost. So like when you leave the body, it's still in the shape. So if you're a little kid and the spirit leaves the body, the spirit's still in the shape of a little kid. So we got to do the Ba, because this is connected with the Ba. The Ba and the Ka are connected. So we got to do both before we quit. Okay, so it represents a process of reception of life. It also represents the life force or spiritual power that lived within the body. It's like it's the spirit inside a person. So it represented the spirit of the body inside of a body and survived death. So it's a spirit that, like we believe we have a spirit, and it lives on after we die. That's what they believed, and this is what it represents. The spirit that's with you, and it's even after you die, it's still there. It's born. Okay, so it's the spirit or the ghost, the Holy Ghost, or not the Holy Ghost, but just like your spirit, a material spirit born with man, has been made of light material, is not seen. Such air, and can be in the form of its owner. Any image exactly identical to him. So I wonder if like a ghost of a child goes into a child, or the ghost of an old man goes into an old man. I wonder if that's how it works. The consort of the child was a child, and the old man of the old man. After his death, Ka joined the body until Ba returned, and Ka and Ba united to help the dead person to come back to life again. That's why they tried to mummify the body to live forever, and Ka found an eternal place for his Ka. Was associated with the place where the body was placed in the burial chamber in the cemetery, and was leaving only through the false door to enter the shrine. The ancients made the statues and put them in the tombs to replace the Ka instead of the body if stolen or artistic. If stolen or artistic, and more than making these statues, because the more they make sure their eternity. In hieroglyphics, Ka is symbolized with arms stretched up and forward. Yes, they are arms that are stretched up and forward. That's the spirit. Now we got to do the Ba before we leave. The Ba symbol, because these two are connected. Ba is the heavenly spirit and the human personality in the spirit world, because it's always conceived in the form of a bird with a human head, carrying the features of the deceased person as if it were a reference to his personality and spirit, where she leaves the body after the death to the sky, where she lives in the stars, and then returns to visit the body between An and another. Ba appeared in many of the Egyptian inscription tombs and temples and papyrus, hovering around the tomb of the owner, where the body lies motionless, as if it were a hidden force to return repeatedly to see her body, which has been attached to her throughout her whole life on earth. That's where we'll stop there at Ba and Ka. Yep, there's the arm stretched out for. Okay, well, we'll stop there. 111. So that's cool. That's the first 11. Might finish tomorrow. I'm not sure. So we went through this. We went through Ankh, the Jeed. I can't remember. I have Horus. I have Rod. Was the Scarab Beetle. Carducci. And the Lotus, Urias, Ka, and Ba. That's what and we'll pick up where we left off tomorrow. Lord willing, right? All right. Well, thank you for coming in, Omar and D. It was nice seeing you guys tonight. Oh, I thought of you, Omar, today. I was driving into town. I was thinking about what I was going to eat. I thought it's funny. I'm glad you went and got your Denny's breakfast for your birthday. That is really cool. So I want to say goodnight to you guys, and thanks for coming in. And anybody else who was in here and listening, I see a couple thumbs up, so I want to thank you guys for that. And also, if you're listening on the replay, thanks for listening on the replay. And yes, thank you, D. Thanks for coming in. And Omar Carducci. Yes, the Carducci. So, well, thank you, Omar. It was really good to see you tonight. All right, I think you're good to go. Oops. Oh, wait a second. I say it's just like boxing kangaroo tonight. All right, hold on a second. All right, that's about enough. All right, good night to you too. Good night to you too. Good night, D. Good night, Omar. Good night, everybody. And anyway, thanks for listening on the replay. Good night, everybody. Got my free breakfast, Denny. It was delicious. Oh, man. I did get it in a time, didn't I? Good night, you guys. Shalom.